Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Shenanaguy Plays Trails of Cold Steel 2. Let us wrap up our bonding events here. Which one do I want? Hey Milliam, never pictured you as the bookstore type. What are you looking for? I'm not. I just want a good book for making sweet stuff. After all our hard work, I thought it'd be nice to make a treat for everyone. Well, that's really thoughtful of you. I'm sure the others would be thrilled. It's kind of surprising to hear that she thought this up out of the blue, too. Just you wait. You guys are gonna love it, whatever it is. No promises I won't eat it, or no promises I won't eat it before you get the chance to try it, okay? It might be too delicious to resist. As thoughtful as she's being, I'm kind of nervous about letting her cook on her own. What do you say to letting me be your sous chef on this one? If you want. But I get to order you around and you can't get in my way or you will suffer the consequences. Deal? You got it. No idea where that confidence is coming from, but now I can make sure she doesn't blow anything up. We should probably start by deciding what we want to make first. After some deliberation, the two settled on making an apple tart. They made a quick supply stop in the store in Brayhart and then headed to the Courageous' kitchen, rolled up their sleeves, and got to work. Hey-ya! Careful, Milliam. Look, this is how you're supposed to do it. Supposed to hold it, see? Ah. Why are you always cramping my style? Cooking's all about heart, and I've got tons of that. Well, you're gonna stab me in the heart if you don't stop brandishing that kitchen knife like a deadly weapon. Ugh, my arm's getting dead. Can I stop whisking this now? Sure, if you don't want it to rise properly in the oven. Come on. Stop whining and concentrate, and no tasting until it's done. Ah, fine. Full speed whisking ahead. Great, now I just need to wait for it to cool. Oh, I'm so excited! Is it ready yet? It's been less than a minute. Watching over and supporting Milliam proved to be no small task. Thankfully, the apple tart was successfully completed. Yay, we're finally done! And look how nice it looks. It's really magical what can happen when you don't use salt instead of sugar. Ah, why do you have to ruin the moment by bringing that up? Still, thanks for all the help. You're welcome, it was fun. This idea kinda came out of left field though. When I think of you, I think of destruction, not creation. Any particular reason you decided to make something for a change? I don't know, I just feel kinda... something? Like it's hard to describe, but I've got this weird tightness in my chest that won't go away. I think it first showed up when I saw what happened to Celtic. Dots. It's got me all restless. I always feel like I've got to do something. It doesn't matter what, as long as I do it. I was hoping the feeling would go away when we caught Duke Alberea, but that didn't happen. If anything, Eustace having to arrest his dad only made things worse. Any idea what I've got, Dr. Reen? I know exactly what you've got, and it's not anything unusual. It's called sadness. Everyone feels it sometimes, but I guess this might be the first time you have. So that's what this is. Neat. I had no idea. I've never felt like this before. It's kinda out of character for me, though. Personally, I think this might actually be a good thing. It's a sign that you're growing and maturing. As a person, I mean, not as an intelligence agent. I'm growing? Sad things happen, it's a fact of life. But it's by overcoming those things and moving past them that we can grow as people. So don't be ashamed of how you're feeling. There's no reason to hide it if you're sad. You matter too much to do that to yourself. You really think so? Okay. I'm still not totally sure how to deal with how I'm feeling right now, but thanks for talking to me about it. Their sad conversation complete, Reen and Milliam put the finished apple tart in the fridge to share with the rest of their friends later. Afterward, they both left the Courageous and returned to Brayhart. Your bond with Milliam has strengthened. Next up is Machias. Eustace's recent actions have me thinking. If my father stepped from the path of righteousness, would I be able to do the same thing Eustace did? Would you? I don't even want to think about it. It couldn't have been easy for him, of course. It'd take a lot of strength to stand up to your father like that. But I'm sure having our support is helping him make it through. He might not say it, but I think he appreciates us being here. You might be right. Aside from our support helping him, he's so full of himself that he's bound to recover once his ego reinflates itself. And on that note, I have shopping to do. Wouldn't want to show too much compassion, would we, Machias? What could he be here to buy, though? What are you here to buy, anyway? Flowers for some special occasion? That's one way to put it. Actually, while you're here, mind helping me choose? I think it would make him happier if you did. Together, Rena and Machias made their choice, and walked to the North Kreutzen Highway. This is Sar Bridge, right? Is there a reason you brought that bouquet, Machias? It's my way of paying my respects. This lake flows towards Keldic, so I guess here will do. It's for the market manager, isn't it? Well, yes. I owe him a lot, after all. It's because of him that we were able to avoid being noticed by the provincial army during our time in Keldic. I don't think Class 7 ever would have been reunited if it weren't for his help. It's frustrating knowing that we'll never be able to pay him back. This is the least I can do for him. Machias. It was the anniversary of my cousin's death the other day too, but I wasn't able to visit her grave. I couldn't with how things are at the moment, but it's the least I can do for her too. Oh, was it? What exactly are you planning to do with the bouquet? The guys taught me about a Nord way of paying respects to the dead that I wanted to try. They said that by setting the bouquet down a river, your feelings will reach those that have departed. This is my way of swearing an oath to both of them. I will make it through this war no matter what. And I'll work hard. I'll work toward turning Arabonia into a country where the innocent have no need to suffer anymore. If only. Changing an entire country sounds impossible, but you know what, Machias? Part of me feels like we can pull it off. If we can make it through this, there's no limit to what we can do, to what we can change. You really think so? I'm glad you feel the same as I do. I'm sure your cousin and the market manager are watching over us too, so let's make sure not to disappoint them. I wouldn't dream of it. Watch me, you two. With Class 7 by my side, I'll make sure to fulfill this vow I've given. Rena and Machias stood in respectful silence as they watched the bouquet float into the distance. Once it was completely out of view, they walked back to Brehard. Bond with Machias has strengthened. Next up is Toa. Dots. Toa, is something wrong? Oh, no, it's nothing. I was just thinking about Brehard finally being freed from the Duke's clutches and ended up spaced out. You know how when you finish something you're really nervous about, when all the exhaustion washes over you at once? That's what I'm going through. But don't worry about me, I'll be back on the ship by the time everyone else is. The more she tells me not to worry, the more worried I get. Wonder if she needs to talk to someone. Mind if I sit with you for a while? There's a really nice breeze here, so I figured it might be a good spot to relax. Oh, sure, go ahead. I don't want to sound pushy here, but, well, if you have something on your mind, Toa, I'm more than willing to listen. Huh? I realize that I might not be able to offer any real help, but you've done so much for everyone and me personally, both at Thor's and on the Courageous. That's why I want to do whatever I can for you in return. That's really sweet of you, Reed. Thanks. To tell the truth, I'm not really sure if I'm the best fit to be the Courageous' captain anymore. Part of me wishes I'd declined back when Viscount Arcite asked me. Can I ask why? Well, we managed to set Breahard free and have Duke Alberay arrested, right? But when you think about it, that won't do much to ease the pain for those in Celtic. It won't bring back those that we've lost either. Dots. And it's not just that. Think back to when Fiona was taken hostage, or what happened with Angie. In the end, I just stood there uselessly waiting for you guys to solve everything. All while having the Courageous at our disposal, too. That's why I can't help but wonder what a more capable captain would have been able to accomplish. Have you been bottling this stuff up all this time? Sorry for unloading on you. I promised myself I'd become a much stronger person, and yet here I am fretting over every little thing. I'm really not suited to be your captain at all, am I? Exclamation! Dots! Phew. Thanks for getting it back for me, but still. Trust me when I say that your worries couldn't be further from the truth. I can't think of a single person more suited to be our captain than you. But Rain, in the end, we're still students. We don't have the kind of experience Prince Oliver and Viscount Arcite do. There's no way anyone expects you to be able to do what they can. But despite that, you took it upon yourself to accept such a crucial position as Viscount Arcite's place. You're doing everything you can to fulfill that role, even when you're just a student. Seeing you work like that is what inspired all of us, you know? We wouldn't be the same team without you. That's not true. Huh? I'm certain that everything we've done so far is bringing us one step closer to taking back our school. Accomplishing that will probably be our biggest challenge yet, though. And that's exactly why we need you. Having you alongside us is the greatest motivation we could ever ask for. Of course, we have no intention of letting this be one-sided. We'll be there for you as much as you are for us. You mean it, Rain? Boy, you're awfully convincing, huh? You're right. We should be using our words as a means to better ourselves, shouldn't we? I'm such a dummy for forgetting something as simple as that. Hey, we all have our moments. It won't be long now until we can finally take back doors. We're gonna go all out and make it reality, right? Right. Your bond with Toa has strengthened. And next up is Elliot. I wonder what's going to happen to Celtic now. Sure, Duke Alberay has been dealt with, but that's not going to heal the sadness in their hearts. And apprehending his own dad isn't exactly going to cheer Eustace up either. He seems pretty down. I wonder if I can do something to cheer him up. I've got an idea. Hey Elliot, what do you say we head over to that restaurant in the Central Plaza? Which one? The one Eustace's uncle runs. I think it might just cheer you up a bit. Deciding that this was the best way to cheer him up, Reen brought Elliot to Sorcier Restaurant. Once there, they received special permission from Eustace's uncle to go to the top VIP floor. What a beautiful melody. The pianist's been in several music magazines, you know. Oh, so she's famous? That'd explain how her music manages to resonate so well. Only the pros can manage that. Of course, the same goes for you too, Elliot. What? No way. Just hearing her play makes me realize that I've still got a long way to go. The world of music really is deep. Your mom was a pianist too, wasn't she? Yeah. I remember how she used to play all sorts of stuff for us. She'd always play something fun and lighthearted for me and Fiona whenever we were down. It worked like a charm. Always cheered us right up. I bet she did the same for Dad, too. Thanks, Reen. I can see why you brought me here now. You wanted to remind me that music has the power to inspire and help people move on, right? Guilty. It's just a shame I couldn't do it with my own performance, really. That would have been cool. Sorry for sucking. Don't be so hard on yourself, Reen. In fact, you've helped me realize that there's still something I can do for the people of Celtic. Now I just need the time and an ideal opportunity. Give us a shout when that time comes, okay? We'll gladly help you out. Right. I think it's about time I had a go at it myself. Listening is nice, but nothing beats actually playing. Works for me. Knowing Elliot wouldn't back down after setting his heart on playing, Reen asked Hammond and the pianist for permission. Fortunately, they were more than happy to agree, and everyone in the restaurant was soon able to enjoy a special performance from him. Unsurprisingly, he played on par with the pianist before him. Both Reen and the customers couldn't help but be fully entranced by the wonderful sound of his music. Your bond with Elliot strengthened. Right. Now we have to go all the way back out of the Sorcier restaurant. Oh, hey! Why can't you understand, Father? All I want is to join my schoolmates on the Courageous, which is precisely why I'm opposed. You're a daughter of nobility. You can't go off gallivanting at a time like this. This is exactly the time to go. Maybe if you weren't so thick-headed, you'd understand that. Thick-headed? How dare you use such language to your own father? Looks like Therese, he is busy at the moment. I can try again once I've met up with the rest of the gang. Oop. Back out this way. And then we should only have two left, Princess Alphen and Laura. Whoops. Princess Alphen, right there, huh? It would seem they're about to hold mass over at the cathedral. I'm thinking of sneaking in kind of incognito, but... Something the matter? It's nothing. Just pretend I didn't say anything. Oh, and try to get some rest, Reen. You must be exhausted. She seems like she's got something on her mind. Would you mind if I joined you, Your Highness? I'd feel much more at ease if I at least escorted you to the cathedral. Just as a precaution, of course. Would you, Reen? Thank you so much for your concern. Shall we be off then? Seeing Brehard's cathedral up close is always breathtaking. You've been to Brehard before, haven't you? That's right. I have a number of noble acquaintances here even. Speaking of which, today's mass seems to have attracted more of them than usual. It looks like it's intended as an occasion to mourn the losses suffered by Celtic. Oh. Judging by all the people I saw go in, it'll probably be a fairly large event. So it seems. I plan to attend as well, to offer my prayers to the market manager, but... No, it's nothing. Let's go inside, Reen. And so, Reen and Princess Alphen entered the cathedral to attend to the mass currently being held. Of course, they were careful to sit behind the majority of attendees to avoid standing out. However, during the sermon, I'm sure you've all heard by now of the terrible tragedy that took place in Celtic recently. In light of this, let us offer our prayers for the people there. May Adios be with them all. Rest in peace, Otto. Dots. What's gonna happen to us from here on out? I can't believe they actually arrested Duke Alburea. Not to mention the fact that we've been removed from the Noble Alliance's jurisdiction. But why, though? I see no reason to accept the Imperial Army when our own army is still intact. Duke Alburea certainly has made a muck of things this time. Are these people for real? Aren't we supposed to be mourning for the people of Celtic? There's a time and place for self-pity, and it sure as hell isn't now. Dots. Besides, surely Celtic was partly to blame for what happened too, no? I heard all their belligerent attitude towards Duke Alburea, and yet he was arrested simply for teaching them a lesson? Disgraceful, I know. The beloved empire certainly has been on the decline these past couple of years. Can't take much more of this. Just who in the world do you people think you are? Exclamation. Huh? Who dares to raise their voice during Holy Mass? Wait, I know that face. Princess Alphen. How could you make light of what happened in Celtic? Do you genuinely believe that it's none of your concern? That Celtic deserved its fate? Is this how you treat your fellow Erebonians? Don't you realize that putting aside such social labels, this tragedy could have been prevented? Your Highness. But maybe I'm not one to talk. I may have shared the same sentiments as you all had I continued to live my cozy life in Heimdall. I would have done little other than pity them without making an attempt to truly understand the gravity of the matter. In the end, it would have just been another event on the long list of things to eventually forget. But please, I beg of you, please realize that whether they are a noble or a commoner, every life matters. The people who suffered in Celtic, who lost their lives because of this war, are no less important than any of us. Each and every one of them lived a life of their own, and had a future ahead of them until it was ripped away. Your Highness. Your Highness. Green. So please, I ask anyone in disagreement with the Duke's arrest to go see Celtic for themselves. If that's not enough to convince you that his arrest was the right thing to do, then by all means bring your complaints to me. I swear on the Honor household that I will listen to every single one of you in earnest. After Princess Alphen's speech, they left the cathedral that had turned deathly quiet. From there, Reen escorted her back to the airport. The entire way, she struggled to hold back her tears. Thank you, Reen. I've gotten a hold of myself now. Oh, how embarrassing is it to act out like that during a holy mass. I'm sure my brother would have been able to handle that situation much better. Prince Oliver would have handled that in his own way, sure. That doesn't make your actions any less worthy of respect, however. You don't think it was too much? I mean it when I say that speech hit very close to home. That's why I'm sure some of the nobles there must have been impacted the same way. If anything, I'd say you've made me feel more proud to be a member of the Empire than ever before. Did I? I'm sure when this war comes to an end, your words will be able to reach even more people too. Until then, all we can do is keep fighting. Thank you, Reen. Hearing you say that is such a relief. Happy to help, Your Highness. Let's just focus on doing what we can for now, okay? Please don't forget that we're all here to support you. Thank you. After Reen escorted Princess Alphen to the Courageous, he headed back to town. Your bond with Alphen strengthened. Now, last but most definitely not least, I wonder why Laura's going out to the canyon alone. I know she can handle herself just fine, but still. Got some time on my hands, so let's go check on her. Laura? Ha! Exclamation! Laura? Hey, are you alright? Why would you jump in there when it's this cold out? Oh, I see you've come along too, Reen. There's no need for concern. It's cold but refreshing. She seems like she's okay. I know she's used to winter swimming, but we're at the coldest part of the year right now. Did she want to clear her mind or something? That raises a question of what could be troubling her. Laura finally came ashore after spending a little more time in the water. Realizing she would be freezing, Reen made sure he had a towel ready for her. My apologies. Perhaps it was a bit much to try my hand at swimming during this time of year. It really was. Is something up? I know you're fond of swimming, but doing something like this out of the blue isn't like you. Dots. Exclamation! Brr. See? Sorry, but you're gonna have to let me dry your hair off at least. Very well then. Having dried off her hair, Reen left Laura to finish drying off otherwise and get changed. In the meantime, he headed back into town and grabbed her something warm to drink. Thank you for your consideration, Reen. I've warmed up plenty now. See, it was worth me fussing over you. Want to head back to the Courageous? You could catch a cold if you stay out here. No need, I'm fine. As you know, I'm used to this. I'd like to apologize for worrying you, however. Well, I wasn't too worried. It's you we're talking about. So, did you bring that swimsuit from Thor's or something? Yes, actually. I found it in my luggage after leaving. I used it often during the time Emma and I spent in Legram, too. It sounds funny when I say it out loud, but swimming has always been a way for me to wash away my concerns and hesitations. Of course, Emma had a similar reaction to yours whenever I did. It's not funny at all, really. I get what you mean. As a noble, I've found myself thinking a lot about what happened here in this province. It is true that what Duke Albrated did to Celtic is beyond unforgivable. However, one could also argue that he never would have employed such tactics if war had never broken out. It's clear that his position in both the four great houses and the Noble Alliance is what drove his actions. You may have a point. There's no guarantee that any other noble wouldn't have ended up doing the same. What's funnier than what you said is that I'm technically a noble too, but I never even thought of things like that before. We still have a long way to go. Not just in swordsmanship either. It doesn't benefit us to single-mindedly dedicate ourselves purely to that. Still, I feel that if we are able to make it through this, we will be so much stronger thanks to the experience. I want to rise above every challenge life throws my way, both as a swordsman and a noble. Naturally, that involves trusting in others rather than attempting to deal with those challenges alone. Perhaps you're an ideal partner to keep me in check, Reen. Exclamation! Laura? I didn't mean anything special by that, mind you. It's just that since you also happen to be a swordsman, we should strive to motivate each other. I'm curious to see where we can go from here. There are many incredible warriors taking part in the war, but together I believe we can catch up to them. And just maybe, we'll be able to reach the strength of the Lance Maiden herself. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing just how far our swordsmanship will take us. The two talked for a while longer before deciding to walk back into town. Bond with Laura has strengthened. And that is all there is to do in Breahard for the time being. So we shall go and get back to the Courageous, I suppose. Should I go back inside? I feel like there's still more to see in Breahard. Returning to the Courageous will cause the main story to advance. Any unseen bonding events will no longer be available. I suppose I'll head back inside. I can sit and wait for the others to get back. Reen? Looks like we caught up with you just the right time. Were you planning on going inside too? Oh, hello. What's wrong? You seem all flustered. Well, we got a message from the guys still inside the ship. They said that something's happened over in Crossbell. In Crossbell? We saw the city covered by a blue barrier from where the Guerrilla Fortress was, but it's not that, I'm guessing. Believe it or not, it's something even weirder. We're planning to go and get a closer look at it. Would you mind grabbing everyone else still in town and bringing them back here? We'll be getting everything ready for liftoff in the meantime. Okay, I'll be back here as soon as I can. I'll leave everything here to you. Reen quickly left to find his classmates. Once everyone was gathered at Brehard Airport, they boarded the Courageous, then promptly took off.
Upper rank you go!
Yeah!
Here's a bonus from the academy.
Ooh, Grail Locket's a really good one. Or Jacket's
Wow,
really good too.
that must have been tough. I'm so proud of you, Reen.
Why, thank you. I just realized I never reported any of those quests at the terminal. Oh well. Course to the east-northeast is clear. All hands remain vigilant. The ship's approaching maximum cruising speed. We should be getting close to the fortress soon. Please, get in touch with the 4th Armored Division and the Railway Military Police. Aye aye, Captain. Oh my, I think I can see something in the distance. Exclamation! What the? I'm getting some very strange readings here.
Oh, I can see Crossbell now.
There seems to be something emitting light in the distance as well.
Double exclamations!
What in the world is that?
I don't know.
That blue barrier that was surrounding the city before is gone.
But now there's something even more unbelievable in its place.
An Azure tree?
Yeah, it looks like a tree to me too. It's got all those branches coming out of it.
I don't think trees so vast even exist in legend. Never mind in reality.
Yeah, there's something completely otherworldly about it.
Do you know what it is, Celine?
I wish I did. There's nothing like that in any of the clan's legends.
Just what is happening over in Crossbell?
You'd have to play the Crossbell games to know for sure. Still waiting on the second one to get localized.
Now that's damned impressive. It must be over 2,000 arch tall.
Oh, never thought I'd come face to face with something that big in my lifetime. Life's just full of surprises.
Oh, this is the very essence of beauty. So this is the fruit of the Azure Zero project, a testament to the power of human obsession.
Looks like everything did go according to plan. Not that any other outcome was ever a possibility with my illustrious lord lending a hand.
So that showed up as a result of that phantasmal blaze plan of yours? And you're planning on spawning something like that over here too?
That we are. What you see before you is a miracle born of human hands, made manifest by the Zero Child. The end of the second movement is finally nigh. Let the preparations begin. This story's finale is bound to be one to remember.
Guess it's almost time to wrap things up. Wonder if it'll go how she and Campanella want it to, though.
Heimdall, the Vermilion capital. Valflame Palace, former Chancellor's office.
Excuse us, Lord Rufus.
Well, well. If it isn't General Le Guin and Brigadier General Bardius. I had thought you were still on the Western Front. Might I ask what brings you here?
Do you even need to ask? First Ruhr, now Bereahard. The Eastern Front is collapsing as we speak. I see no reason for us to remain in the West any longer.
I wouldn't go quite that far, General. As long as the West remains well protected, Heimdall will not fall. As for Nortia and the elements which sided with Duke Alberea, they could always abandon their neutrality. The war is still ours for the winning. That hasn't changed.
An impressive analysis.
By the way, would you happen to know anything about that vast tree that sprouted up in Crossbow? Is it even a tree to begin with?
I haven't viewed it from up close, but the pictures were like nothing I'd ever seen. It could be completely harmless, but it's likely causing Erebonians in the East no shortage of anxiety just by being there.
I quite agree, and that concerns me as well. Still, Duke Cayenne insists its appearance was planned. There should be nothing to fear.
Really now?
I was aware he was affiliating himself with some suspicious society of sorts. Could the two be related?
What happens behind the scenes is of no concern to us, I suppose. We are warriors. We live to fight on the battlefield. So, dear Chief of Staff, who is our next opponent to be?
Getting right down to business, I see. I'd like for the two of you to defend the capital. Your opponents are to be the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions, who will be advancing upon it within the next few days.
Double exclamations.
Oh, is that so?
What? So they're risking everything in an attempt to take back Heimdall?
That is what I predict will happen, yes. I think Craig the Red and One-Eyed Zex will prove to be enough entertainment for the two of you, wouldn't you agree? After all, only the best will do for the two strongest soldiers the Provincial Army has to offer.
All right, you win. You have my attention. The prospect alone has my blood boiling in anticipation.
I concur. Very well. We shall do as you say. This is sure to be a clash for the ages.
Same time, under Valflame Palace. Cedric Race Arnor.
I had no idea all this existed right under the palace. Duke Cayenne, can I ask exactly where we're going?
There is no need to look so concerned, Your Highness. The place we are traveling to is to the center of this city. No, this country. And a place that governs a great power. It is where everything both ends and begins.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Please, be careful of your footing. If you were to fall off the platform, you most assuredly would go splat and die.
Great way to put it, Altina.
Now, it won't do to frighten him. And I must say, I don't recall doing so ever being part of your duties.
Pardon me. I believe we're almost there.
I've been waiting for you.
Vita Clotilde? The opera singer? What are you doing in a place like this?
Greetings, witch. I see that tree emerged successfully.
It certainly did. All that remains now is to continue the preparations here. However, Let me remind you that under no circumstance...
If you would, spare me. You've made yourself perfectly clear on occasions past. And I am hardly enough of a fool to attempt to defy commands from a witch.
What are the two of you talking about? And why did you bring me here?
Patience, Your Highness. All will be clear in due time. Oh my. Could this be it?
Exclamation.
What is that thing? What's this feeling?
Marvelous! Marvelous! This is the legendary demon said to wield 1,000 weapons. The Crimson Calamity, which was sealed away by Saint Sandlot and Dreikel's 250 years ago, and a fragment of the great power. The Vermilion Testarossa!
Title screen. Accepting calendar 1204, 1227, Monday, touring Erebonia.
The Azure tree? That's the name of the bizarre tree that appeared in Crossbell then?
Yeah, I found it out from the guild branch over there. Things still seem to be tense over in their direction. No one's really sure what it's for or what it can do. Don't think it'll have any direct effect on Erebonia, though.
Well, I suppose that's good news. Sort of.
Still, people on this side of the country are understandably feeling uneasy about it.
Yeah, people have enough to worry about without a giant glowing tree sprouting up from out of nowhere.
Anyone would start feeling nervous at the sight of such a thing.
At least it should keep Calvert off our backs for a while, right? They're as clueless as we are on what that thing is, and they're not gonna risk an attack before they know for sure.
Exactly. In a sense, it's doing the same thing for us the barrier around Crossbell City did before it up and vanished. It's probably the best distraction Erebonia could ask for about now.
Oh, is that what your bracer instincts are telling you?
It doesn't take a bracer to think that, Eustace. If Calvert were to invade right now while the war's going on... True. The situation we're under is plenty chaotic as it is.
All we can do right now is keep doing what we always have, and gather information. I'm sure we can do something to improve the situation here, but we don't know enough to decide what that something is.
I'm with Gaius. Let's just take a deep breath and do the best we can.
That's the best attitude to have right now, too. One thing we could do is keep looking around for other Thor students. We could always use more help, right?
We still need more Zemirian ore, too.
Oh, that's right. And there are still more spirit shrines left to explore as well.
Strangely enough, our best course of action is to simply continue doing what we've always done, albeit with renewed dedication.
That works for me.
Sounds like you've got things covered in the east, which means that all that's left for me is to wish you good luck. Take care of them, okay, Sarah?
What else would I do? And you take care of yourself, too. We wouldn't want anything to happen to you before you reunite with your dearest Carnelia, now would we?
Yeah, would you just drop that already? Anyway, keep it up, guys. I'll be in touch.
Oh, there goes all my fun.
What was all that about? Toval's girlfriend?
It did sound that way. For further details, please consult a certain famous novel about a certain lovable scamp, now certainly available in all bookstores.
Poor Toval. Anyway, we should probably get to work. The best place to start would be checking the latest requests from Prince Oliver.
Missed opportunity. Task missed opportunity. Client Butler Klaus, 4000 mirror term medium. The trouble you helped resolve here in Legram has, shall we say, unresolved itself and continues to worsen. We believe the cause may lie within Lohengrin Castle. As such, we would ask your class to investigate it and see if you can resolve whatever the problem may be. Please contact us at the Legram Bracer Guild if you are able to assist us. Klaus. Hearts and Harmony. Task Hearts and Harmony. Client Rosine. 4500 Mirror Term Medium. I want to hold a concert to show the people of Keldic that all is not lost and help them start to heal. Would you be willing to aid me, Class 7? I'm hoping for Elliot's in particular. If so, please come meet me in Keldic's chapel. We can figure things out from there. Rosine. Canyon or Cantian? Task Canyon or Cantian. Client Prince Olivert. 3000 Mirror Term Medium. Do you remember the scenic views of Oryx Canyon? The days we spent there, so in love. Wait, wrong letter. Anyway, Green, my good man, I've received word of a dangerous monster on the Oryx Canyon path. Could you be a dear and take care of it for me? Monster, Volceron. Location, Oryx Canyon Path 3, East area, off the main road. Olivert.
There's a request from Rosine about Keldic.
Yeah, if we can, I'd love to help her out.
Me too. It's the least we can do after all the market manager did for us.
I'm in agreement. We should try and help her if time permits.
Klaus also has something in mind for us, it would seem. And that being said, I think it'd be best if I were to accompany you for the time being.
I'd like to come along too, especially since we have the spirit shrines to worry about. Of course, Celine will be coming with me. You'll need both of us to get through the shrines after all.
That sounds fine by me. Thanks.
All right then, let's go.
It is temporarily not possible to remove Laura from the party. So Laura, Emma, Gaius, Sarah, and Fee for now is what we'll go with. So, this is where we are going to end this episode. Things did not line up quite right for the bonding events this time around, but it's fine. So, next time, we'll do these quests and stuff. So until then, I will see you all then. Goodbye for now.